When we had that opportunity, we didn't execute well enough. So support and execution weren't there tonight, and obviously that's a good team over there to face. Too many costly mistakes, and I guess the most upsetting thing is leaving Bob out like that and putting Mac in a tough situation, making him go in with 10 minutes left after he's been, sitting on the bench cold for, gets here at 4:30. It's, almost 5 hours, almost 4 hours, 4.5 hours. So that's the disappointing part.
With as tight as you guys are in this room, letting down Bobrovsky like that, does that really get under your skin?
It does, and it was something that we addressed right after the game. So, look, we got better efforts for sure. I think everybody in the room knows it. Opportunity to recharge the batteries here, so we're going to take it, and we'll be ready when we come back.
Thanks, Brady. Can you talk about how difficult that team is to create anything against, and do you feel like you almost have to take risks to create? Was that part of it as well?
Look, I think we just got to support better. We had too many times we had one guy in the battle, and then their D are big and strong, fast and physical, and not overly physical, but they're good at containing and pushing guys up against the wall, and we didn't have second support there in the defensive zone or the offensive zone tonight, and it's tough to win hockey games when we don't have that.
It's one goal and it's early, but how different could this have been if first goal counted?
I don't comment on refs in Toronto, so what it coulda, shoulda, who knows.
Brandon, having one like this, right?
It's Brandon Dubinsky talking here. Alexander Wenberg got his first NHL goal here tonight. Let's talk to Alexander about that goal.
The preseason games, it's a big relief to get that first goal after all the chances, everything. So
Obviously not the result that you guys wanted tonight. Is this a time that you can take the 4 days off, the Christmas break, and recharge the batteries, get a little bit healthy with the other guys that might be a little dinged up?
absolutely. The game didn't turn out the way we wanted to. Felt like we were letting Mac and Bob down a little bit, just letting score on us. But I think it's good going on a break now and coming back hungry. So just let this game go and come back better next time. So
Thanks, Alex.
thanks.
Your first NHL goal comes here tonight. I know it's not a game that you wanted it to come in like this, but for you personally, you didn't get one when you were here before, didn't get one in Springfield. How much does this mean to you to finally find the back of the net?
It's big, of course. Like you said, it's not really like the game you want to score. You're down 5-0, but for me, it's a big relief after all the chances, everything. Get the first goal of the season, and I definitely see this could be like a confidence boost. I just get this first goal, and I hope many more come from it.
You and I talked this morning about coming back here after spending a little bit of time in the American Hockey League, and it looks like that just with you knowing what you're going to see here, that you're reacting to it a little bit differently, a little bit better than you did early in the year when you were here.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming back here after the 6 games in spring, I feel like get a lot of confidence from that, get more ice time, and coming in here hungry, every game you play could be the last up, so you got to make the best of it. So for me, it's just go out there and show the best.
Alex, a little late to the party here, but just talk about the first goal and what it means to you. I know you'd rather have it come in a win, but what that means to you.
Absolutely, it's big. It's first goal of the season for me, so it was a long time I scored the latest one. So, this could definitely be a confidence boost, and to get this first one is a big one. But like I said, I'd rather score it in a more important game, but hopefully I can score some more goals coming up.
It looked like, again, even though with the situation what it was, like your teammates on your bench were obviously aware of what happened, and I saw a lot of pats on the back and a lot of job well done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They always try to help me score. The time I was here, they always try to cheer me on during games. This is your time. But like you said, all the guys come and congrats me on the goal, so that's big. It's a good teammates here. They always cheers you on, so that's good.
Good or a bad thing to have 4 days off to think about this game now before you guys play again?
I see it could be good. Having 4 days off here, just let this game go and just focus on the next one, getting back hungry. And like I said, I think this game, if you were letting Bob and Mac down a little bit, so just try to forget this game and focus on the next one.
Thanks, Alex.
Alexander Wenberg talking after this loss here tonight to the Nashville Predators, 5-1, the final score in this one, and his goal, obviously the only goal that the Blue Jackets had in this game tonight. For him, it's one that he's not going to forget. There's no doubt about that, because it's his first in the NHL, and as he just said, hopefully it's the first of many for him. We've got much more to come here, so stay tuned to BlueJackets.com and the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.
That's hard to find these days. Think about it. We've survived for 185 years by making darn good beer. Yingling Lager from America's oldest brewery. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Do you know a hockey mom who deserves to be this year's Marzetti Youth Hockey Mom of the Year? We want to know. Visit bluejackets.com/hockeymom and tell us why. It's easy to nominate a hockey mom, whether it's to thank her for all of
All right, we're at
early
2.5
morning
minutes
rides to the
till
rink,
music.
delicious dinners after a long practice, or for always being your #1 supporter. Anyone can nominate an outstanding hockey mom. Help Marzetti find this year's Marzetti Youth Hockey Mom of the Year and thank your mom today at bluejackets.com/hockeymom.
There's so many different elements to hockey. Physicality, the speed, the quickness. It's the fastest game on earth. And you don't necessarily have to have
2 minutes
the
till
most
music.
talent or
2
the
minutes.
biggest stars in your team. But you can challenge anybody on any given night if you're really playing as a team.
Join the battle when the Columbus Blue Jackets face the Boston Bruins on Saturday, December 27th at 7 p.m. Get tickets now at bluejackets.com.
Glove save made by Sergei Bobrovsky! Bobrovsky picks that one out of midair!
Hey, Jackets fans, put your scoring skills to the test and shoot on goaltender
All right, minute
Sergei
30
Bobrovsky
seconds till
with
music.
Kia Shots on Bob. 3 winners and their guests will face Bob and also receive game tickets and a Bobrovsky t-shirt.
Shot save made, follow-up chance, and another big save by Sergei Bobrovsky! Twice, he says no!
Enter now at bluejackets.com/Kia for your chance to light the lamp at Nationwide Arena.
Stay organized and be ready to tackle any game day purchase decisions with Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. The Money Bar feature lets you move your money with a simple slide. The Calendar feature helps you
All right,
track
1
your
minute till
spending,
music.
like
1
bills,
minute.
rent, and of course nachos. Visit PNCVirtualWallet.com for details. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. PNC Bank is a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Join the battle from everywhere with the Blue Jackets mobile app. Follow every shot, goal, and penalty with live game updates and listen to the Blue Jackets Radio Network broadcast.
30
Plus, get
seconds till
breaking
music,
news,
30
highlights,
seconds.
live video programming, customized game alerts, and all the great feature content from BlueJackets.com at your fingertips. Download the Blue Jackets mobile app now on the App Store, Google Play, or text CBJ app to 37664. That's CBJ app to 37664.
15 seconds till music. 10 seconds till music. All right, 5 seconds till music. Stand by. And you're live.
Well, they say all good things must come to an end, and the Blue Jackets' point streak comes to an end tonight after 9 straight games as they fall to the Nashville Predators 5-1. I guess they also say if you're going to do something, do it to extremes, right? And they did that tonight, being down 5-0 in this game before they finally got a goal. So this is it's a disappointment. Don't get me wrong; it's an absolute disappointment. But on the same token, it's kind of a write-off game too here. The last game before Christmas. You just beat the Chicago Blackhawks. There's a letdown that came from that game. And now the Blue Jackets have to take their break and be ready to go here on Saturday against the Boston Bruins, another one of those teams that it shouldn't be hard to get up for that game and be ready to play. So that's what the focus has got to be from now until then. The guys will get away, they'll regroup, they'll spend time with family and friends, and they'll enjoy their Christmas, and then they'll come back here ready to work for that game on Saturday. So, again, disappointing all the way through. The tone was kind of set early tonight when they get what looks to be the first goal of the game. It gets waved off because the net was off its moorings. And then the Nashville Predators, look, when you have a goaltender that doesn't give up 2 goals a game on average, and he's getting the kind of support that he was getting in front of him tonight, it just makes it really tough. And really, really tough for the Blue Jackets to get the puck in on him. When they did get the puck on Pekka Rinne, he had – they limited him to one opportunity here and there, and that was about the extent of it. There weren't those second and third opportunities. There weren't many chances to crash the net. There weren't many opportunities to pick up a puck for a garbage goal. There weren't many power plays. Again, it's just one of those nights. It's just the way it goes, and you're going to have those from time to time. And let's be honest, this is the first time in almost a month that the Blue Jackets have had one of these nights, and it cost them the 2 points. And now they go into the break, whereas the Nashville Predators get on the plane, head up to Boston to take on the Bruins tomorrow. Ironically, they're going to play the Bruins tomorrow, and then Boston will be here on Saturday to take on the Blue Jackets. So, again, water under the bridge. This one is over tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky, for him, he didn't have one of his better nights. Brandon Dubinsky just talked about the fact that he felt that they kind of left him hung out to dry. But when you see him play the way he has in the past, 6 games that went to overtime and they go into shootouts, when you watch him play like that, then you kind of forget that this guy's really human because he's been playing like a superhuman. But tonight, he struggled just as much as anybody did. And if you look at some of the losses this year, that's been the case. When he struggles, the entire team struggles. When he's great, the entire team's great. It was just a team effort tonight. They just couldn't find a way to get it done. James Wisniewski said after the second period they weren't skating as well as the Nashville Predators were. And, Nashville, they dictated this game tonight. They really did. They decided how it was going to be played. They were the road team, but they were deciding what was going to happen, how it was going to be played. They made it difficult for the Blue Jackets to get through the neutral zone tonight. And as I already said, they made it tough for them to get to the net. So, again, it's, what can you do about it? Not a doggone thing for the Blue Jackets here tonight. And hopefully these 4 days, maybe it'll help them to get a little bit more healthy. It would be great to get Scott Hartnell back in the lineup here in a timely manner for the Blue Jackets. It'd be great to get some other guys that the extra couple of days they need so that they can get back into the lineup too. Still missing some bodies out there that are key bodies, the Artem Anisimov and Mark Letestu and then you throw in Scott Hartnell. Even those 3 guys, they would make a big difference. So these 4 days will be 4 more days toward getting those guys back in the lineup and getting ready to go once again here this evening. But tough one for the Blue Jackets, and everything's been so positive for 3 weeks here. And even when you lose in overtime to Washington on Thursday night, you can still say, well, the point streak is still alive. And even though you didn't win the game and you picked up, 17 out of a possible 18 points in the month of December, and it all comes to a screeching halt tonight. So, again, there's one of 2 ways you can look at it. You can sit and you can fret about it for the next 4 days, and you can be mad, and you should be mad. And even the players, they should be mad tonight. They should be mad, they should be disappointed, whatever adjective you want to use. And then tomorrow morning, they should wake up and they should go enjoy the Christmas holiday like regular humans do, and they should come back here ready to work and ready to really go at it on Saturday against the Boston Bruins and then make up for what happened here tonight. And I would imagine that'll be the mindset for these guys here this evening. But Todd Richards, he rolled the 4 lines here for the most part tonight. We talked about on Saturday against the Chicago Blackhawks, he was playing a lot of the top 2 lines, Ryan Johansson's line and Brandon Dubinsky's line. They got a ton of ice time, and the other 2 lines didn't get much of anything on that night. But tonight he was rolling the 4 lines. And as a matter of fact, when they were down 2-0 in the third period, I was wondering when he was going to pull back on that and maybe get those 2 lines out there a little bit more. But then, unfortunately, we never even got to that point because Nashville then turned around, and before you know it, they had put 3 more in the net, and all of a sudden it was a 5-0 game. Head coach Todd Richards making his way to the podium right now, so let's listen into what he has to say.
Todd, it seemed like Nashville played in a pretty tight game to the point where it took your spirit away a bit in the second and the third periods. Did you sense an unraveling in this game?
They check well. They commit. They stuck to their game, and I think we got away from our game, especially after the first 2 goals and then the first goal of the third period.
Todd, the 3rd game in a row, you've had a goal call not go your way. Are you just kind of shaking your head, wondering what you have to do to get one of these to go your way? And did you think that post was knocked off intentionally, in your view?
I don't know if it was intentional. He was scrambling to get to the post, and the net came off. And to me, it really didn't matter in the play. I understand the rule. It didn't really matter in the play. The whole play was in motion. It's not like he made a pass or it got deflected off his stick and then it went in. It was still all basically the same play.
Todd, obviously you don't want a result like this at all, but going into a break, is this a good one to have right before a break where you can flush it out, or a bad one to have because it might linger for a couple days?
I think it'll be pretty easy for us to move past this one, and get away, enjoy family and friends, kind of the important things. Not that hockey isn't important, but family takes precedence over hockey. Get away a little bit is a good run. Put us back in the middle. We still have a long ways to go. But now we got to start another streak. We got 12 games leading up to the All-Star break.
Your pulling of Bobrovsky, was that based on Bobrovsky or the player?
No, that wasn't. That was not Sergei. Not at all. I'm sorry?
Play around him.
Play around him. Oh, yeah. It wasn't. We wouldn't be talking in my last comment about being in the middle of things if it wasn't for our goaltender. It had nothing to do with his play.
If there's one thing you could be happy with tonight, would it be your special teams play, especially on the penalty kill?
Penalty kill was good again. Players are doing a good job in structure, and goalies made save when we needed them to, and a power play. But obviously 5-on-5, we got to find ways to buckle down defensively 5-on-5, and we got to score more goals 5-on-5. I'm not talking about 6 in one game, but we need two in a game, and then a power play here and there, and win games 3-2.
Todd, your goal might not have meant too much there at the end, but how big of a monkey off the back is that for Alex Weinberg to finally get one in?
I don't know. That's a question for Alex. It could be a big goal for him and easing his mind. He was decent tonight. A couple times I think he got rid of the puck maybe a little bit too quickly. He probably could have held on to it, but it was a nice power play goal. One that he'll remember.
You're off the 4 days?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you give the players an extra day off in this gap? Just because you feel like they earned it, or bumps and bruises, or?
Different reasons. But I'm not going to get into them. Thanks.
So that's it. Coach Todd Richards talking about his team's 5-1 loss tonight to the Nashville Predators. Jody Shelley joins me now. And this game tonight, as Todd just said, look, it was a nice run. It's now over. The point streak is by the wayside. Does it matter if you lose 1-0 or if you lose 5-1 when that streak comes to an end?
No. You start the game. You want to win the game. And the coach wants he's got the game plan in place. Both teams did. And I thought they did a good job in the first. It was a goaltender's battle, really. 2 quick goals. One was a bad change, just a couple bad decisions, and the next thing it's 5-0. And as a player, you get frustrated at that point. You try to do too much. You understand the game's out of hand. But no, I mean, it's a loss. So they haven't had a loss in a while. I'm a positive guy, and I think it's been a great 3-week stretch here. I think they go into the break with a little bit of a smack in the face to say, okay, it's been fun, but reality has hit you now. You're facing a good goaltender, a great defense, and a team that can burn you if you make bad decisions. Enjoy your days off, but that'll be in the back of their head because they got a game against the Boston Bruins at Nationwide Arena. They got a chance to get to 500 with 2 games left in this month, 500 to start the new year if they win the next 2 games, and that's a positive for me. They'll forget about this over the next couple of days, but it will linger. And when they get back at it, that they'll have a little more bite, and that's just how the season goes. I mean, there's high points, there's low points, and the teams that stay even keel and learn throughout the process will find success. And I think the Jackets are going through a process here.
We always talk about trap games, and this one shouldn't have been on paper tonight because the Predators are very good, and as you said, you're going against one of the top goaltenders in the world. But that being said, you just came off a week where you battled Detroit and went into a shootout and you won 1-0. Then you had Washington come in here, and that was a dogfight. You lose it in overtime, but you get the point in that one. Then the Chicago Blackhawks, what effort they had to put out in that game just to win that game. And all of a sudden, 2 days later, here comes Nashville. And I just don't think this game had the pizzazz. And I'm not saying that's right or it's wrong. I just don't think it had that same kind of pizzazz coming off that really hard-fought win on Saturday. Now, as you said, the Boston Bruins, 4 days off, and then the Boston Bruins coming in. That pizzazz will be back for that game. But could you see this possibly being one of those trap games tonight?
I'm fine with it. I mean, it's not right now. It stings because it's been 2 days of preparing for this game. You don't want to ever see your goalie, Sergei Bobrovsky, one of the best in the world, also get chased from his net. But it happened. These things are all part of the learning curve. And listen, Dubinsky's been back for 6 games. He's played 6 overtime periods. So he's played really a couple extra games, and he's played a couple extra shifts in there that are heavy minutes. And there's been a lot of positive. The PK has played really well. Special teams have been great, actually. There's been some positive. For me, it didn't feel like a 5-1 game. I thought just a couple situations that broke down, and nice to see Wenberg get that goal. And when you look back at this, hopefully you'll see a lot of W's around this big L here today.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that. It didn't feel like it was 5-1. Unfortunately, when you're playing Pecorine, once it's 2-0, it feels like, you know, good luck. Look at the numbers. You know, it's good luck in getting a win against him, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, and there was a couple great opportunities just before they got their last couple of goals. And, the Jackets were starting to push there coming into the third. 2-0 coming into the third. Really got out of hand after that.
And I said this earlier, 4 more days to get the Scott Hartnells and the Mark Letestus and the Artem Anisimovs and maybe the Ryan Murrays, 4 more days to get them back towards getting back into the lineup isn't going to hurt either.
Yeah, and there's guys that are playing nicked up too. I mean, we know Wisniewski had the finger, Bobrovsky had the finger, injuries. Calvert had something wrong with his wrist. Those are little things, you can get back in the lineup, but you're really not at where you want to be. Dubinsky with the groins, those are all things that we know that are there. There's also things we don't know about, and I'm sure that's why Todd avoided that. Why did you get the extra day? We don't know what's going on in that locker room or what guys need, and rest is just as important as practice. It's not about coming here and skating just to skate. Let those guys get away, recoup, come back fresh, and look for the next portion of the season for a push.
That being said, before we close, 4 days off at Christmas time. You played this game for a long time, minor leagues. Well, you played in junior, played minor leagues, you played in the NHL. Have you ever seen 4 straight days at Christmas?
I don't think so. It's remarkable. It's going to feel almost. It might feel too long, actually.
What?
And maybe that's part of the thinking with Todd. Maybe I'll give him a little bit too. Make him feel anxious to get back.
At Christmas afternoon, you'll say, "I don't have to go in tomorrow either." Are you kidding me? That's enough. But it will be fun. So for those of you that are traveling for your Christmas holiday, of course, safe travels to you. And if you're just staying at home or visiting family, whatever you're doing, have a safe and a Merry Christmas. And I say that to you too. Enjoy the family.
Merry Christmas, Bob.
Enjoy the family and have a good time. That'll do it for our BlueJackets.com portion of the show tonight. Mark Wyatt will continue with the Tim Hortons postgame show on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.